And now to a new way to steal. That sounds like science fiction, but this is the real deal. Thieves picking your pocket without ever laying a hand on your wallet.
You may have seen the demonstrations online before, but the I-Team talked to one security expert who says hijacking your credit is easier than ever.
Investigative reporter Scott Knoll is here now with more on the hidden threat and how to protect yourself. Scott?
Yeah, guys, it's all about technology. New cell phones and new credit cards. They let you pay just by waving either one past a scanner. But put them together, and experts warn a crook can steal your money from anywhere in the world. Credit cards, debit cards, they've become the way to pay.
My wife probably carries 20 of them.
Don't want to swipe? Just wave your contactless card. New technology.
How you doing today?
New problem, says Walt Augustinowicz.
And there's your Chase number right there, MasterCard.
Watch again. Augustinowicz sits down, and in an instant, a card reader hidden in this unassuming case reads Leon Brand's credit card. He never lays a hand on Brand's wallet.
Jesus.
Time.
Wow.
Does that look like your number?
Yes.
After time.
It's that easily transmitted?
After time at Bush Intercontinental Airport, armed with a card reader available for only a few bucks, Augustinowicz can scan and read contactless credit and debit cards.
Nobody thinks they're vulnerable, you know. It always happens to somebody else, right?
Wrong, says Augustinowicz. His company sells protective sleeves and wallets that block cards from being scanned.
Off a credit card, you can get the full 16-digit account number, expiration date, sometimes their name.
Everything, he says, a crook needs to rip you off.
Oh my gosh!
Is that the exact number and expiration date?
Critics argue you would notice someone getting within a few inches of your wallet scanning for cards. But Augustinowicz says picking your pocket is easier than ever because now the bad guys can hide right inside your phone.
You could really be in a cornfield in Iowa and get ripped off by someone in South Africa.
He says vulnerable phones use near-field communication, or NFC. It allows people to make payments using their phones. But watch what happens if that phone gets infected with a virus. In this case, it's hidden in a simple tic-tac-toe game.
When I put this card next to it here, it'll actually scan that.
Scanned and the information sent to an email account. Just as scary, there's no record of it anywhere on the phone.
You could put your phone in your purse, it could scan your credit card, and 5 minutes later they could be buying something.
Or could they?
There is a limitation to how easily that can be done.
Ernesto Rojas, president of Forensic and Security Services, is an expert in computer crime. He says while electronic pickpocketing may look good, it's not practical for crooks.
There is hackers in many countries around the world whose whole day is figuring out the next hack. If they had figured out how to use an NFC reader, it would have been implemented quickly.
But in a statement, the Smart Card Alliance, an industry group pushing contactless payments, says it's only seen attacks like this carried out in demonstrations and not in actual fraud. But Augustinowicz is convinced.
When they say no documented case, they mean they're not able to catch anybody because it's too difficult to catch.
While he disagrees it's happening, look what we found inside Rojas's wallet. It's his ID card, wrapped in one of those protective sleeves.
So even though you question whether or not those demonstrations are legitimate, you think people should still protect themselves if they have an RFID-equipped card?
Absolutely. It's just like wearing a belt. Most of us don't need to, but it's not a bad idea.
Now, to tell if your card could be vulnerable, just look for this symbol. It looks almost like a little Wi-Fi symbol. It could be on the front or the back of your card. If you see it and you have a phone that lets you pay just by waving it past the scanner, experts say you could be at risk for one of these attacks.
I believe it. This guy's like David Copperfield out there. You mentioned in your story the guy that used the protective sleeve or protective wallet. Are there any other ways to protect your credit cards and debit cards?
Yeah, actually, there's a real simple way. If you don't want to actually shell out the money and pay for it, all you need is something as simple as a piece of aluminum foil. Just take that, wrap your card. This will actually keep it from being scanned. As far as your smartphone goes, experts say before you download any apps, make sure you know where that app is coming from and you trust the person it's coming from.
Good advice.
Unbelievable. All right, Scott Knoll, thank you very much.